welcome to the present. If you're just joining us for the first time, do me a favor by sticking a like on the video. Very, very important. Subscribe and subscribe, and make sure your notification bells are turned on. We are here to do an ARTETA presser for the match against Man City on Sunday, the Community Shield, Arsenal against Man City. I'll not be doing this by myself. I have my resident in-house analyst. Sir, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, bro. Good evening from here. Thank you for having me once more.
And thank you for showing up. Brief notice, because I saw the press conference that was held a few hours ago, and I saw ARTETA was. I had a bit to say. I think I had a bit to say. I'm like, why don't you talk about it? So, have you seen the excerpts of the press conference?
Well, I did see a few minutes of it. I saw the first how many minutes when they were asking him some few questions about what he thought about the signings and everything. So I love his answers. You know, he knows how to answer those questions.
Okay. I'm just making sure the audio is fantastic on this side. You know, you have to make sure YouTube is not tripping sometimes.
Of course.
So let me add. Let me share the screen real quick. So let's see. So it was asked on Aaron Ramsdale Players Tribune article. I thought the article was great, very open, very transparent. I think he expressed what he feels about the topics that he discussed, and I think he was very brave to do what he did. Nothing too important. Or do you have any commentary on that?
Well, according to what he said even if he released like some few things, some other things could have, stayed personal. According to you, you would have preferred them to be personal. So because we know how people can be when it's time, you know how all these, I believe social media, any fan of any platform, even our own fans can, one day maybe something happens, they just start using it against him and insulting. So we've seen that before. We hope it doesn't come to that, but
no, like I said, like you just second. I just think some things are best kept behind closed and secret. It's not everything you have to share.
Yeah.
Seeking for public sympathy is not the best in this age. I'm sorry, it's not the best in this age, but we can't control what they want to do. It is what it is. So it was asked on the size of the squad. We are in the process of working on a few things, make a few decisions. There's still time to do that. What do you think he means by that?
I mean, I think in some previous press conferences, he did say that, having the number of squad is not sustainable. So you have to let people go. I think Austin Trusty has left.
Yeah, left Sheffield United.
Yeah, Turner is leaving. I'm hearing news that Lokonga is nearing a loan move to Burnley.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm also hearing news that what's this guy? I don't know. Maybe Tavares. I'm hearing Pepe might be going to Besiktas. So all these moves. Yeah. So if you can remove 7 players and bring in 3, I think that's good, because even I think one thing why he said that was some of those players are not homegrown. You understand? Yeah. So someone like David Raya now, if and when he comes in, he's a homegrown player, so he doesn't really need to bother about the homegrown status.
So that actually sheds more light on why Arsenal actually is part of the reason they went for him, but it actually means a particular metric and quota.
Yes, bro. You see, this is why I said it's a very smart signing. It's opportunity. I don't know if you understand. It's an opportunistic signing. Turner, I'm sure, because even his American coach, I said it before, said he needs to play more to feature, more in their game. Yeah. And he's a very good shot stopper. We can't deny that. So I hope he has a, very good career at Nottingham Forest. Now, you look at the fact that we are going for Raya. It was a former target, and now it's an opportunity. He has 1 year left on his contract. We might be able to negotiate it down to 27 to 30 million pounds. Secondly, he's a homegrown player.
Sure.
Thirdly, he knows how to he fits the way we want to play. Last season, I think he was one of the top 3 keepers in the league. So it is a win for Arsenal.
Situation for us.
Yes. So I think it's very good. And the fact that even Brentford, they want to end and make sure that, we get everything is done.
We need to negotiate to make sure they make some money. Like,
Of course.
as in, some money better than no money.
Bro,
That's a smart thing to do.
The thing is, like I said, I love what our approach, and I think teams are looking at it. Maybe we are not the only ones doing it, or maybe I'm just harping off about the way we approach things. But the way what I love is the fact that he can he can go and meet a player, discuss with the player first, let the player know this is what we want to do, and the player is comfortable enough to say, you know what, I'm on board for this.
I like what I'm hearing.
I like the approach that they are using.
So he actually makes a mockery and dumps on those people who have this narrative of, can ARTETA convince players? Can Edu do his job?
Bro,
that's your answer. That's your answer.
The thing is, everybody, this is what we don't understand. And I think we have to understand the difference between making signings and making smart signings. You understand? When you look at a player like, okay, fine, we cannot say Guardiola, he's a world-class manager. Anybody would want to listen to him, right? But let's go back and check the signings he made over time. Those signings were signings that, if we're being honest, any big club would have been able to make. You understand? But he made smart and efficient signings. Now, in this particular season, I think ARTETA has made smart and efficient signings. You understand? Looking at Timber has been such a very smart and efficient signing because he can slot in at centre back, he can slot in at right back. Now we are even seeing that he can even play at left back.
Exactly.
So it shows that's a very, very good signing. Now you look at Havertz. I am very confident because there are moments when you look at him and think it's all about clicking in the way we want to play. When you gel and you know what to do, it's just like muscle memory. Once you know this is what you have to do, we will get the best out of Kai Havertz.
Definitely.
You look at
I believe that too.
Yeah. You look at Declan Rice. What people don't understand is, you imagine Declan Rice, because I always used to look at Declan Rice and say the way he was trained, you would see that they made him limited. But imagine he adds some things to his game. Just think about what he would achieve. You understand?
Yeah, something is wrong with this camera. I'm sorry. Okay,
no, it's no problem.
Continue. You'll be the one on the screen for now.
Yeah. So as I was saying, it's that is the approach. So I really like it. I really like the signings, and Raya is a smart signing. So it's not about making, these big signings. These are the signings, in my opinion, that make us, I say, double to treble winners, in my opinion. People can say we are going over the gun, we are jumping the gun, but I believe it's part of, the thing that makes us treble winners.
So let's go to the other part of the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Was asked on Gabriel Jesus' knee procedure. He's fine. Obviously, he was very disappointed. He's feeling very good. The issue came up, which nobody expected. So we had to do a little procedure there. Unfortunately, it was the best thing to do, and as quick as possible, the better. We made a decision, and hopefully we'll be back soon. Hopefully we'll be back soon. Do you think ARTETA is being totally honest with us?
Well, bro, I said 6 months. So
6 weeks. What is 6 months?
6 weeks. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I said
6 months. Come on.
6 weeks. So in 6 weeks, I do believe in 6 weeks, it depends. For me, I think we might add another striker. I'm just saying because if Balogun leaves, you understand?
Yeah.
Which I think he will, we need to add someone else. You understand me? We need to add someone to the squad. Maybe that's just me being, people can say we have Nketiah. My fear is if Nketiah injures, what happens?
Trossard.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Trossard is also good in with a shout. It's also good in there with a shout. I just want us to have someone that I don't know how to put it. Maybe I'm just because I don't want someone else. I don't like these rumors of Kolo Muani to PSG. If it's a signing that we can do, maybe.
But, no, I heard that they're about to actually secure Ramos, not instead of Kolo Muani. So
Okay,
is
yeah, I
still
saw
free.
the Ramos. Yeah, I saw the Ramos transfer.
So there's a chance we could get Kolo Muani, but let's be if ARTETA and all those journalists that should be in the know are actually showing us that it's 6 weeks. I don't think we need to dabble into the market if it's just 6 weeks. But it's more than 6 weeks, then we need to do something. So we were asked about Bukayo Saka on team news on Sunday. Bukayo was feeling much better today, so yeah, that means he trained. So I don't expect any other concerns. That's great news.
Yeah, of course.
On whether our new signings will allow us to earn more points this season, I don't have a clue. What happened last season and this season is not the same thing that you can compare. There are other teams who have strengthened as well, and they will be much better too. I wish it was that simple, but unfortunately, it's not that simple. You didn't answer the question. What do you think?
Well, Brian, I thought he gave a very elaborate because everybody's saying we should add more points. Yes, I do understand where people are coming from. Teams would have strengthened. Now we all know, no matter what people say, oh, we expect 6 teams to compete. We know at the end only 3, maybe maximum. If it's too much, 4, which I don't think 4 will. I think 3 will. We don't know the 3. Maybe Man City is a shoo-in because it's Manchester City.
Yeah.
But the remaining teams, I think I would look at it and say, we are in with a shout because we have improved we have improved from last season, especially improvements in the squad, and also most of the players coming back from injury, and it's a fresh start. So yes, you look at it and say you expect if Arsenal continues the way or play the way they began the season, yes. And with quality additions, people will look and say, oh, this is a team that is very different. But we also have to look at, oh, thank God you're back. We also have to look at
this second you asked me sometimes.
We also have to look at Liverpool. We have to look at Newcastle also. And people's favorite team now, Aston Villa. Let's not also forget Brighton. So all these teams, they've also added players. Now, that's not saying that they will compete with for everything. They will still have their games where they will lose and all. But you will look at it and say, going to play them will not be as easy as people would expect, or for us to walk over them. Maybe if I've been doing it in previous. So you can say it's easier for people to lose points now. Even Manchester City, they could still lose points to all these teams. You understand? So it's simpler. We look at Liverpool. I'm of the opinion, I don't think the way people are hyping Liverpool up, that they will do as well as people are hyping them. I'm just saying.
I share the same sentiments too.
I think people are just overdoing it. So, but maybe that's
because when you bring in Szoboszlai from the Austrian league or from German league rather, you bring in the other midfielder from Brighton, then you sell 2 of your most experienced campaigners in Henderson and Fabinho. I just think magically they'll just look at Declan Rice and Kai Havertz, right? They are still in their teething period at Arsenal. But for some reason, at Liverpool, those 2 just gel. But Arsenal will just gel. Yeah. Come on, let's be real.
Bro, and you also have to look at it. Their defense has not even been spoken about. Let's be truthful. Because everybody can look at this guy now, Trent, and say, oh, I don't believe, even if they put Joe Gomez there, I don't believe Joe
Yeah.
Gomez is going to be that spectacular right back.
What's the difference between Holding and Joe Gomez? Exactly.
Well, that's the
Silence.
thing.
There's nothing. There's nothing. So no matter how the detractors of Arsenal want to form a narrative and say, oh, Liverpool. Now, kudos to Liverpool, they've done it in the past, right?
Yes.
But they have not significantly improved on the team. They have
Bro,
not. Van Dijk is on his last legs. Let's be real.
exactly. That's what I've been saying. Van Dijk is on his last legs. Konate,
Yeah.
we don't know sometimes. We don't even know why they bench him.
He can't play 5 games at a stretch. He can't. Let's make it. He can't play 5 games at a stretch.
We don't know what's happening with Matip. Matip can be in the team today. Before you know, Matip is a very good defender. Before you know, Matip goes out. I don't know if he gets injured. Then at fullback, you see Robertson. Even last season, I don't know whether the guy was maybe torn between Robertson and Tsimikas. So these things are things that I felt that they've not, in my opinion, they've not
figured out.
Yes, they've not figured it out. They've not actually gone to go and say, let's find
Let's
a way.
address it. Yeah, address
exactly.
it.
That's the word, address it. Because look at it. What a Liverpool guy said was, he said, this is what he said about Arsenal. He said, Arsenal have made us believe that Liverpool were trying to fool them. Liverpool fooled us into believing that you can't sign players and renew contracts in the same summer.
Yeah,
but
which was a lie.
This summer, look at it. Arsenal renewed contracts of the most important
players.
Yeah, and signed players. So it's a commitment thing. And if I'm looking at Liverpool's defense, because I look at it, Van Dijk has not been spectacular.
No, it's a decline. Sharp decline.
Yeah. Even 2 seasons ago, I remember 2 seasons ago, everybody was complaining about Alisson. Him just, misbehaving in goal. Last season, he was spectacular. So everything was just up and down. So now we're not going to look at Trent and say, oh, Trent, even if he plays a right back this season, they are still not going to skin him. I still believe he'll be skinned. And people will come.
He's not defensively aware and sharp. And it is what it is. Because those days, he had Ronaldo, he had Femi Coven. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen anymore. It is what it is. Liverpool is not as strong as a lot of people are proposing. It is a fallacy and it is a damn lie.
Yeah,
so it was asked on
saying Liverpool is I just laugh.
It's all gaslighting. So let's talk about it was asked on how he convinced the Declan Rice to sign for us. We just explained our thoughts on him, the project we are building, what role he was going to be in the club and in the team. We got into it very much on day one with him and his family as well, and we are delighted to have him. Yeah, that's great.
And they say we can't sign big players.
And ARTETA cannot convince big players. Interesting. So on David Raya, he said no update. When ARTETA says no update, that means there's something rumbling on in the background.
I like the ability. I like the way he answers, all those questions. And all those people that will say, "Oh, Declan Rice joining," you understand, was because Man City pulled out. I like, there was, this was when I was watching Football Terrace. When Terry was tired and angry, said he's tired of hearing that Man City pulled out. He now gave an explanation. He said last summer Arsenal were trying to sign Lisandro Martinez. Originally, when Arsenal went in there, the guy was like he wanted to leave Ajax. You understand? He said it's not about going to people were saying, oh, Arsenal. He said it's the EPL, so he'd be willing to make the move to Arsenal. Now, what he had said was if Ten Hag ever called him, he would go to Manchester United because of Ten Hag. You understand? So he said Arsenal and Manchester United did the same thing. All of a sudden, when Arsenal saw that, okay, fine. Maybe he told them, Ten Hag is the actual, my choice will be there because of Ten Hag. Barring anything that doesn't make it happen, then yes, you understand.
I'll go to Arsenal.
Yes, Arsenal decided, okay, fine.
Keep going, don't worry, keep going. Technology, keep going.
So Arsenal
I was dealing with this
decided.
camera today.
So Arsenal decided, to pull out because they
Yeah,
knew that the guy wasn't coming. You understand? Now, when it came to
yeah,
the situation of Rice, what was it? The thing was, okay, maybe Rice told them, Arsenal is the team I am going to. You understand? Now,
yeah,
if any unforeseen circumstances happen and they are not willing to continue again,
yeah.
then I would,
I'll come to you.
you understand? But my heart has been set at Arsenal. And it could also be that Manchester City decided to bid for Rice without actually making that much contact with the player.
Exactly. Exactly.
I believe that is what they might have done. So, and when that happened, maybe after the bid was there for a while, Manchester City tried to get in contact, and maybe Arsenal would have assured, don't worry, we are going to come in with another bid that will be okay for them. What will make sure you're an Arsenal player. So would have looked and said, I've been assured I'm going to be an Arsenal player. Right now, I don't see myself at Manchester City. If it happens that I'm not that the deal falls through, then you can come. But for now,
Sure.
it's out. And Manchester City saw that Arsenal made a bid that West Ham wanted and even added 5 million.
On
You
as
know,
Jara.
you understand? So that was the one that they looked and said, no, the guy is not willing to come. Now that Arsenal
Yeah.
has put in a bid like this, definitely we don't have a chance. And maybe they would have looked and said, okay, fine. We are not going to bid 105 million for this guy. Let's go somewhere else. It's not a necessity that we need. It's just an opportunistic signing. If we could get him for 90, 80 plus 10 add-ons, that would have been excellent. But this is Arsenal has shown he wants to be their priority, that they are his priority, and that was it. So they decided to pull out of the race. So for people thinking that because Manchester City pulled out of the race, I don't think so. I think his
No,
heart was
they're being cynical. You know they're being cynical.
all these
It's
fans.
just
Like,
just cynicism.
we deserve.
Yeah. Even we're hearing before the official bids went in that his first choice was Arsenal.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing that people are saying, oh, who will turn down Man City? What do you mean who will turn down Man City? We know they're the biggest club right now.
Yeah.
Yes. But at the same time, people can still turn them down.
Bro,
come on.
You see, that is when, as you said, when we've not watched the game for long, we don't understand people's motivations. I don't know if you understand me. Definitely,
Yeah.
Arteta would have done his check to know, okay, fine. How do you feel about moving? Because you heard sometimes journalists would say, in an ideal, like when people were saying it, I remember people were saying, oh, he prefers London. Now, someone said, it's not as if he can't move outside of London, but in
You
an
can. Sure.
ideal situation, he would prefer
Yeah.
London. And
Sure.
bro, the thing that he spoke about in his press conference was what I said before. People don't read in between the lines to understand why players can choose clubs and why even players know clubs that are doing well and clubs that are improving. You understand? Now, I remember when I was talking about Arsenal's season when we came fifth. You could see when Arteta's players were coming in and they were beginning to perform, Arsenal was now becoming the team that he wanted to build.
Sure.
You understand? So when you look at all those players, like I keep saying it, when Holding came back into the team, that season when we were flying, Holding
Yeah.
came back.
And that was the beginning of the implosion.
You
We
understand?
imploded
Cedric
immediately.
played at right back.
Yeah.
Was he on any or who was now playing CDM when Partey, Tomiyasu, and Ben White got injured? All of a sudden,
Yeah.
Arsenal from here now it's just sunk. So basically, it was the fact that the players that he would have wanted to say, okay, fine, you're not part of my plans anymore. Yes, you would be called upon in case of any unforeseen circumstances. Those players
Or the
that,
lower cups. You
yes,
play
of
those lower
course,
Cups,
Yeah, those lower cups. And those were the players that, if you check the beginning of that same season, Arsenal started with. So when Arsenal started the season with those players, you saw the record. We lost to Brentford, we lost to Chelsea, and we lost to Manchester City 2-0, 2-0, and 5-0 respectively. So these particular, would I say, players were players he was trying to avoid using. And
sure.
unfortunately, when it came to the business end, he now found out that
we're done. We
had no
are
choice.
cooked. You have no choice.
So and everybody was like, "Oh, we bottled." Well, call it whatever you want. Now, the same people never gave us a chance to last season. They said Arsenal would not make it into the top 4. Arsenal wouldn't make it to the top 4. I remember
that was very audacious.
Like, yeah.
Especially when you saw why we did. If you look at the objective, why we did not make the top 4 the previous season was because key players got injured. Key players.
And bro, you know the problem? I was shocked that it was later I saw some African people when they were asking their this thing. They were the ones putting Arsenal in there, saying Arsenal would make top 4. They were Chelsea, Manchester United, and Arsenal. They were saying for them, Arsenal would be in top 4. You understand?
It's just logical.
This was the thing. They forget that Arsenal lost Aubameyang that season.
Yeah.
Right? Arsenal was playing with Lacazette. Lacazette was not a guy that was occupying the box most times.
He couldn't score. He was running like he had leaded foot.
He was not even. Is it not when you would try and enter, you would say you will score? Lacazette was not even there. Bro, there was a time they showed a stat where Jesus, within how many games, was it 3 or 4 games, had the amount of touches Lacazette had the whole previous season. So meaning we had a striker that was there. When people began to recognize that, okay, maybe this Arsenal is beginning to look scary, was when we played Chelsea in that preseason.
Yeah, and we tore them apart.
Bro, the effort, the press, I don't think they were shocked. You understand? So everybody began to take notice. Now, this is my problem when people say bottled or Arsenal did this, or according to that Muppet, Rory Jennings, an illusion. You never gave us a chance to win the league from the beginning. We didn't win the league. Why are you now shocked and insulting us for not doing it?
I'll answer it for you. Clickbaiting. That's it. So let me read this chat from Say High Priest. I'm with you guys. I love your take. Very correct. Shout out to you, High Priest, for joining us. Do us a favor. Like the video. Shout out to you for joining us. So let me go to the next question. Was asked. Okay, it was asked on whether we went into the last meeting with City fearful of them. I don't think so. But the game started in a way we didn't want, and they were better in every department. So Arteta can be very objective.
A few seconds, please.
Okay, so Arteta was kind of objective. Okay, take your time. Okay, so Arteta was very, very objective regarding the game, because most time people want to accuse Arteta of not being objective. No, Arteta was very, very objective. Let me continue to read it. They deserve to win the game without a question of a doubt. So for us to win the trophy on Sunday, we are going to have to be much, much better than we were for sure. Exactly. So it was now asked again on if we have extra motivation, given that City are only the only Big Six team that we have failed to beat in recent years. And he said an emphatic yes, it is time to do it. I like that. I love that that take from Arteta. I think Manchester City, for some reason, we all know, have gotten the better of Arsenal in recent years. Like, for some reason, we can't just beat them. Even 3 years ago at the Emirates, which we played one of our best scintillating games to have actually taken the 3 points, we still lost last minute 2-1. I think Gabriel had that loss of head, had that red card. We should have actually won. We had chances. Martinez should have actually converted his chances. He didn't. But it is what it is. Last season, a lot of us were hopeful that maybe we could actually go in there and have, at least at home, beat them. Unfortunately, that Tomiyasu error cost us. When we went to the Etihad, we were beaten. In the FA Cup too, we were beaten. But this time, I just have that sneaky feeling based on the squad depth. I understand Jesus will not be available for this one, but I think Trossard can do a job. I've seen Trossard. He might not have the pace of Jesus, but he has the dynamism of Jesus. He has the movement. And there's something he has that Jesus doesn't have. Trossard shoots out of the box and is very ambidextrous. He can use both feet equally good in shooting, in passing, and in crossing. That makes him very unpredictable. That makes him very, very dynamic. And I want to see how he's going to interchange with Martinelli on that wing or the right wing, even though Martinelli is going to be on the left wing, but Trossard can actually play on the left wing, can play in the middle, the interchanging. Then we have Saka on the wings, Odegaard in the middle. I don't know if he's going to start Kea or Rice, but whatever formation we play, I trust ARTETA that this time he wants to win. And I love the confidence in that press conference. It is time to do it. We can't continue to lose and lose to City. It is time to do it. So let me see this chat from you back. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
No. Shout out to High Priest. He sent another chat in. We have the worst record in the EPL against City. Agreed. Around 11, 12 straight EPL losses against them. No matter how we play, we end up losing. It's time to change this season. I hope we are better equipped. I think this time, whether Jesus is going to be there or not, the way our defense and midfield is set up, I have this sneaky, arrogant feeling that we could press them in the neck on Sunday. We could.
Of course.
We could. See, for a long time they've given us. Anytime we go,
yes.
But this time is our turn to go there. So it's going to be neutral ground at the Wembley, right? I think it's Wembley.
Yeah.
We need to lay a hand on City this time.
Yeah. We need to lay serious glove on them.
No, I don't want gloves. Lay the hand. Because if lay the glove is still
going for the jugular.
Yeah. It's been squeezing up for how many years? How many years?
Yeah, of course.
Come on, we just have to do something this time.
I do understand. I do understand. The thing is, it has been, unfortunate, the way it has been, if I'm putting it like that. Because even the last game, you remember the home game, Ben White and was it Partey, they were not available, so it had to be Tomiyasu. Yeah. And that game, I just thought we were unlucky. Because even the second goal Grealish scored, it was going into the hands of Ramsdale. Tomiyasu's boots just sent it. So we were just unlucky. I think ARTETA is going there to actually to win.
Sure.
You understand? It's something because it's more of a thing, a statement of intent. That's why I said I don't care about the Monaco Emirates Cup. It doesn't matter to me. When fans were like, we didn't play well against Monaco, they were moaning.
See, the fans will moan. They will moan. You know what's on there? I noticed that too many fans, I'm not saying because you can give banter, you should have to take banter. It's like there's the large, there's a loud, rather, minority of Arsenal fans who are very aggressive about giving banter. So when they not give it back to them, they not project on the team. No, take your banter.
Yes, bro, you understand. Sometimes the reason why they behave the way they behave is is because they are so angry that the person they are finished talking to finished stabbing their team, saying you will see what we will do to these same people. And they will go there, and these same people, and maybe on the day, maybe Arsenal unfortunately doesn't win, we might even draw.
Yeah. And
you finish talking. Where those people, you will call them, they will not pick, they won't take their calls. So those are the kinds of fans they are. Yeah. So because Arsenal maybe drew or lost, the fans, they are done. They will go to Arsenal Fan TV, and we know those people are the kings on the days. They are the kings of toxicity.
Yeah.
And they will go there.
I think, I'm sorry to say, it is not me. Shout out to what they've built at that platform. Shout out to them. But truth has to be said, right? It looks like they can't be relevant without negativity. which is something is wrong. If you can't be
Bro,
relevant without negativity,
it
something is
was
wrong with you.
evident from day one.
Yeah.
Why were people watching AFTV? This was the simple truth. You hear people say AFTV is what do they call it?
Fan channel.
You say?
Is a fan channel.
Yeah, but I don't call it a fan channel. I say it's they were saying AFTV, when the day Arsenal loses, you bring out popcorn to come and watch.
And we enjoy the morning and crying.
So,
yeah.
That particular thing, in as much as people used to go there and watch, because at one point my friend told me, he said, what if Arsenal starts doing well, what becomes of AFTV?
Exactly. That's what they can't change. That was difficult for them to change.
You understand? So we look at it and say, what becomes, because this is the thing, the traction received, let's say 5 years ago, or even let's even say 7 years ago, it's not the same one now.
No,
you understand?
Because they built it on negativity. It was built on that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And
so
see, I won't be a hypocrite, right? At that time, like I said, at that time, you could understand why. You could understand why.
Yeah.
But if now, even for them to be more objective, they will be slightly objective, then they will still lace it with the negativity.
You understand? Because they can't. Bro, this was what I was. When they will be talking about this guy that you talk about, that people will say, "Oh, he has a better following than you." And all. I say,
now, do you always say there's someone that is come back when I say, "Okay, yeah, he's bigger than me." 100%. I like facts. I'm not delusional. Yes. He's bigger than me. He's richer than me. But add the last thing. He's dumber than me. If you can add that one, I'm happy.
No, because
he's dumber than me. Why can you add that part too?
I keep saying it. I don't know, bro. That is because it turns from objectivity to a cult following.
It is cult following.
Yeah, because there's a point where you look and ask yourself, okay, fine. In as much as I watch these people, that was why from the moment I always watched, the person that resonated with me there was that Muhaida. Because he wasn't someone that was thrown by, he may not be happy by the way things were done, he will complain, but you could still see he still had the, would I say, presence of mind to be level-headed.
Yeah.
And when you look at all these guys, unfortunately, going off is what do
brings
they
you
call
traction.
It brings traction. Because when you see this one black, this one, I don't wonder, in my opinion, how does this person, have such a follower and they tell you, oh, they talk about football? Because this is my thing. Okay, fine. People can say, oh, I go to the stadium more than you. The simple reason you go to the stadium more than me is because
proximity. It's proximity. Yeah, it's proximity most of the time. Yeah.
If I was living there, I'd be going to the stadium also.
Stadium too.
I'd also be looking at things. And I'd also be studying, because I don't understand why you say you've watched, because this is the thing. Why I think the difference, and the proximity is still a disadvantage to them, is the fact that they just watched Arsenal alone. They never watched other teams to also understand football in a general sense, to say, if I'm approaching it, I need to approach it like this. And I don't think they have ever addressed fans or their fans and said, look, we know this particular platform, it was negativity, but it was the time. Now, we want to do away with that and be objective. Let us revel in the, what do they call it? The success of the team.
Yeah, relative success. I'll say relative success because we've not won anything substantial
no, of course,
right now.
Yeah, but let's say progress. Or even the word, yes. Over 5 years. Over 5 years.
So I'm expecting us to go on Sunday, punish these lots that have been punishing us for a long time.
Yeah,
let us win. And will we be available for the watch along?
It depends. I don't know yet.
Okay. Well, guys, if you we'll let you know if it's going to be available. I might do a solo watch along. It depends. Guess what? I'll do it. I'll be here for the watch along. I'll make sure the notification bells are turned on. So when I post it, you can get notified. So I'll do watch along. So give me a prediction. Even though you gave me a prediction yesterday, have you changed your prediction regarding the match?
No, my prediction still stands. I said 3-2. I said 3-2.
My still stands. I still think we'll beat them 3-1 on Sunday. I think it will be an exciting game. I think both teams will want to pull one above each other, and let's see how it comes out. So, regardless of the score line, let's be level-headed, let's be reasonable, and let's be sensible. Your last words,
bro. What can we say? We do this because we love,
you love Arsenal.
Yeah, for the love of Arsenal, for the love of the game of football, and
Sure.
for the love for one more thing, for the love of God and for the love of objective thinking is the main reason, because a lot of people have lost it, and I don't think they are that logical anymore. So why we do this is because we love the game and we love being
Sure.
logical. Just because
And
we
guess
are
what? Will we call Arsenal out if Arsenal is
exactly
acting
what I wanted
crazy?
to say.
We
Exactly
will.
what I wanted to say.
We
Say just
are
because
not a
Arsenal
pandering.
fans.
We are not a pander to Arsenal all the time. No, if
Understand,
Arsenal is
bro?
on bull, we'll call them out.
Yeah. So don't because we're Arsenal fans doesn't mean we'll cater to every whim.
Yeah,
If we feel we are not satisfied, we'll complain about it. And
sure.
that is
So
called being
High Priest says it will be a slim score line. He said 2-1 for the Arsenal. Okay, that's fair. Good luck to our club this season. We need massive luck. Regardless of the quality of players, I always say you still need luck.
Bro, you need it. You need luck. Even when we went Invincibles, thank God for the Van Nistelrooy miss.
Exactly. So you need luck. So, guys, shout out to you for joining us on this impromptu presser that we had to do real quickly. Shout out to High Priest. I think this is the first time I'm seeing him in chat. Shout out to you. Make sure if you enjoy our channel and our conversations, as you said, do us a favor, High Priest, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and make sure you like the video. So, Efosa, shout out to you for coming at that short notice. I really appreciate you. So, guys, this will be the end of this impromptu presser regarding ARTETA's press conference that was held. Sorry for that on Twitter a few moments ago regarding the match Man City against Arsenal on Sunday at the Charity Shield. Guys, we're rounding up. We'll see you guys on the next one. Like, share, subscribe. For those at the back that don't usually hear this thing, let me say it again. Like, share, subscribe. Shout out to Efosa. I will see you guys on the next one. Good night.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.